Well, hello there. I'm so glad you're here. Today we're going to be talking about some happy little Christmas presents that I've been working on. I got a fire pit, and we've got a shooting tree, a dueling tree. But first, I want to thank you for being here. You guys are the best. In this video, we're going to talk about all the tips and tricks that I've learned through using my happy little cheap-ass welding machine. And where you can get it, and I do have a link in the description that I will ask you not to use. Isn't that crazy? I'm not much of a salesman. Because here's the thing. This is the first tip. Your time is your most valuable asset. And you spend your time at work making money to buy tools and other happy little things. If you waste your time, you're wasting your most valuable asset. So anytime you go to purchase something, get 3 bids. Take that with you for the rest of your life. It will help you. That's what I do on every single thing I do. Go 3 different places first. Find the best price. Now, I happened to go for you and found that the cheap little welding machine I'm going to show you in a minute, that I welded everything with these. I welded this with, it's 3/16, and I welded this Dueling Tree. That's 3/8. And I'm going to give you some arc shots on how the little cheap welding machine does. But before I made the video, I want to make sure you guys are getting the best price, so I'll go to Amazon. That's pretty much, you know, where a lot of people go. And I noticed they had a better price than my affiliate link with my discount. I don't know what to say other than, Art Captain, you need to do a little bit better for your affiliates. But regardless, I'm going to make your mid-gun video because I didn't do it. And I said I would, and you guys asked me to. You guys in the comments actually asked me to do a video about the little cheap welded mid-gun. So, first, I want to show you the Dueling Tree. This is actually for my father-in-law. Let me know what improvements you guys would make. Because I learn a ton in the comments. Because I actually don't know it all. But I do know a little. And I know you're going to need a 3/4 inch to adjust the Dueling Tree. And who the heck carries a 3/4 inch with them when they're going shooting, right? So your happy little wrench goes right here on the happy little adjustment. You'll be able to break that loose and it'll adjust this way or this way, to and fro. We'll take that adjustment and just tighten it up a little bit. And you can loosen this adjustment here. And it'll go forward or backwards. Now, I did this because you never know when you need to bust a cap in somebody's happy little ass. Thank you for being here. Hit the like button, subscribe, and ring the bell. When you're setting one of these up on unlevel ground, it's the pits. And you really want to be shooting. You don't want to be doing a bunch of shimming with sticks and whatnot. So it seemed logical. Now, it has 6 paddles. I'll show you the backside in a minute. It actually has better lighting. But before we go there, I would like to show you the fire pit. It's for a good friend of mine. They love horses. And I thought it would be handy. Now, I've got to give credit to my good buddy, Buff. He came up with this design. He's an engineer, and I've learned so much from him, and I want to make sure he gets the credit. So, Buff, thank you for providing such a great idea and the drawings. With the happy little horses running around. Now the bottom, this keeps your wood off the base plate. And this is 3/16 plate. It will rot out one day. But the good news is these are on an angle. So you can simply get another piece of plate, take this out, drop it in, and you've got another bottom. That's the problem with pits that aren't built with stainless or something other than carbon steel that will go away. Fire and ash are very corrosive, I would say. The happy little ash rods on the bottom of the fire pit, it's also 3/16. Very simple. That's what the little art captain did there. Nothing impressive, but you know, there's no sense in showing off MIG gun welds, no matter how they look. But I would encourage anybody to get a good welding machine. Now there's a reason I have not done a video about the little MIG gun on my happy little MIG 200 there, because I haven't had a chance to use it properly. Really put it through the paces. And now I have, and I can show you the pros and cons and some of the fixes that I've come up with for the happy little welding machine. Now, the happy little MIG 200 here has a unhappy little cheap tip on it. So when you're running 3/8, it has a lot of trouble. And I've come up with a few simple fixes, and I'm about to show you those right now. But first, let's take a look at what it's produced, because that's pretty important, right? So have a look. The tip about the tip is first. What you're going to want to do when this goofs up, because it will, because we're running 3/8 plate to make a weld look that good, you've got to run the little welding machine pretty much wide open. And this portion doesn't like it very well. The machine part seems to do fine. I'll show you a little more about this machine in a minute. But right now, we're going to focus on this happy little guy, or unhappy little guy. So as you'll see, when you take this off, and you can grab it by your hand if it's not scalding hot, you're going to want to turn it clockwise. You would think you would unscrew it. But when you're unscrewing it, this little keeper spool ring thing will unscrew and you won't know what's going on. So always twist on and then twist the same direction off. Okay? Now, this unhappy little tip, because it's been running 3/8 plate, has given me a lot of grief. I think it's getting so hot, it's causing issues inside. So what you can do to fix the happy little problem is you can take this out, like so, and you can put these back in your pliers, because this is going to happen, guys. It's going to happen. And you get your happy little tip drill. Now, I've talked about this tip drill before. It's for a torch, but I recommend it to nobody, because if you put this in your torch, it will never operate right again. You take your tip drill, and you just run that baby in the hole ever so gently. Yeah, that just happened. Now, after you do this, it's going to weld right again. And I mean, it's going to weld good. But as soon as you start to see it not welding right, it seems like it's too hot or the wire speed's a little, stop immediately. Get your happy little tip drill and happify your tip. Guys, hit the like button, subscribe, and ring the bell if you hadn't already, because I desire to give you guys tips and not waste your time. I'm going to put this back in there. You want to tighten your happy little tip up, because it might work itself loose and mess this up. And then, you know how that would work. So put our happy little nozzle back on. Now you've got a MIG gun that operates properly. The next tip something that I just found out about, and I should have known about years ago. And for all you MIG gun specialists, you probably already know. Ceramic spray. If you'll put ceramic spray in your MIG gun tip, it will last so much longer and you will have way less grief. This stuff is awesome. I had no idea. I'm not promoting any brand. This is the first can I've ever tried to use, and it's life-changing. It doesn't take much, but you have to shake this thing, mix it up really good, because that ceramic goes to the bottom real fast. You'll see it. If you spray it in there, you'll see it. It sinks really quick. So just take it and hit it just a little bit, and then quit it. Doesn't need much. Now, this is a good tip. The tip and the tip. They're both good now. An Art Captain, if you could beef this up a little bit, it would be great. Just a few more nickels on this portion right here. And you could make the whip longer and the ground longer as well. We're looking at about 6 foot for the ground and maybe 8 foot from the whip. So, you know, let's make these a little longer and it would be a lot better. What is the machine set on? Well, about wide open. That is the setting for 3/8 plate. It's just about wide open. I think that's actually wide open, but it runs the best right there. After you get it set, you can hit the sync button and you can use this to adjust both. That is a really cool feature. So if you got your wire set, you can, if you're going to weld 3/16, you can just turn the middle knob down to weld the fire pit. And then if you're going to weld 3/8 plate, you can turn it back up. If you can fog a mirror, more than likely you're going to be able to run a MIG gun. Now let's flip the camera around and have some happy little arc shots. Before I let you go, I want to show you how good the tree did with 3/8 carbon steel. This is an AR-500 because we're shooting this with a 9mm 45 pistol, no high-powered rifles. That is what it does with a 9mm. And it's just barely, it blew the mill scale off and it just put a small dent in the plate. So I think this will be good for a long time. If you want to shoot it with a rifle, you would want to put AR-500 plate on it, I'm sure. Hope you've enjoyed the video. I've got to go comb my hair. Have an awesome, awesome day. Later.